Hey guys, it's me, Val Toxic Free. I'm laughing because I've done this video about 15 times and I just keep cocking up. So this is the one, so I don't care if I make any mistakes. Oh dear, I've been a rod for my own back. Right, I want to talk about how we feel like narcissists after we've been out with a narcissist, we've had a relationship with a narcissist. I still get that feeling every now and then. If I get trolled or whatever, attacked by somebody and get told I'm a narcissist, you do have that slight doubt. But what you do then, you slap yourself around the side of the head and think, do you know what? I'm being stupid. We all need a little bit of doubt. It's that we all need a little bit of egotistic. We all need a little bit of narcissism to keep us alert and, you know, motivated. But the self-doubt thing, obviously, I'm going to go into this a lot more. A little bit is good because it makes us aware of ourselves. It makes us look at ourselves. If we're actually doubting something, it'll make us look at the situation and work it out and think, wow, right, okay. It's being self-aware and it's improving yourself. This is what we do. I don't think narcissists have self-doubt, because if they did, well, they wouldn't be narcissists. Also, I want you to look at something else. Now, since you've been in this relationship that's made you feel this way, and also the actual relationship itself, where you've abused, you felt toxic, they were toxic. If you were a narcissist, you would have had that experience most of your life. Remember, you're not just suddenly made a narcissist since the relationship you had with this person started. You aren't suddenly going to click into narcissism. However old you are, whether you're 30, 20 or 50 or 80, if you've suddenly only the last few years felt in this way and had these experiences that you're going through now, if you're a narcissist, you would have been having them from the age of 10, 20, whatever. You would have been having problems all your life with this kind of situation. You would have behaved like this your whole life. But isn't it funny how you just started behaving like this since you're with the person that you're with? Now, the person that you're with has suddenly got lots of crazy exes, which you will be one of those too. So I just want you to look at that. You need shaking. We need to shake, you know, give your head a wobble, as they say in UK, because we need to stop and look at ourselves and actually think, hang on a minute, no, I've never had this problem before. I've never felt like this before. This is an experience that I've never, ever, ever been through before. And if I was the narcissist, I'm sure this would have come across a long time before now. So that's the first thing I want to start by saying to you. If you're behaving in a certain way now that you've never behaved in your life, you're not the narcissist, okay? Listen to Auntie Val. I've got a list of things here. I want to go through them. First, number one, the brainwash you. Now, I'm going to use the word brainwash rather than gaslighting, because gaslighting is a word I could use and somebody might go, well, what's gaslighting? And then I've got to go and start researching that. Brainwashing today, okay, it's the same as gaslighting, but it's going to be simplified. They brainwash you. They start seeing you when you're first with them, and they will be lovey-dovey. They'll be as nice as pie, and you'll fall for them. And then the kind of the devalue and all what's happening to you, because they want to change you into a different person. It's a drip, drip, drip. It's the frog in the cold water that heats up very slowly. You don't notice it happening to you. If you suddenly were seeing somebody one day and they were really nice as pie, the next day they kicked the crap out the doors, they smashed the walls in, they kicked the windows in, and they went completely ballistic and called you all sorts of stuff, well, then you can make a choice, because the contrast then between, he was nice yesterday, but today he's horrible. Narcissists aren't like that. Narcissists will do it a very, very slow thing. They will brainwash you very, very slowly, and you won't see it coming. It's a subliminal, it's a subconscious thing where they'll feed you with passive aggressiveness. They'll make you feel like you'll start doubting your words. Your own decision making will start going a bit wrong. I'm going to go into some experiences that I've had as well. You get to the point where if they say, what do you want, Chinese or Italian? I don't mind. Because you're scared of picking the wrong one, because you could pick Italian and they'll say, oh, for crying out loud, we had Italian last week. Why is it you always pick Italian? And that brings you down. Oh, if you pick the Chinese, oh, for God's sake, do you know what? I'm so sick of Chinese. Brings you down, brings you down. So every time you say something, they are training you. They are training you to act a certain way, or even not to say anything at all. Because the answer you get from them is always something that's going to put you down, put you down, put you down, undermine you. And that's how they brainwash you. And that's how they start to get to where they want you to be. And when they've got you where they want you to be, they can then start to twist your life, to change your reality, to make you into what they want you to be, which is their ego slave, to be honest. Number two, they will project onto you guys. This is why you feel like you're the narcissist, because they will project themselves onto you. Every single thing that they are, they will accuse you of. Now, they will see everybody as a narcissist because that's how we are. Think of yourself. We're empathic people. We're nice people. And this is what's got us into trouble, because we've always thought that everybody else is a nice person. And the people that aren't nice, you can tell because they're the ones kicking doors in and being abusive and being nasty. No, narcissists aren't like that. They're very subliminal, covert. We know this. So what's going to happen is they're going to start projecting everything onto you. So they project themselves. If they're cheating, they accuse you of cheating. And they'll start doing things that make you feel like a bad person. They'll put everything back onto you, like, you're the one with the problem, not me. You're the one that's got issues, not me. If it wasn't for you, you know, we'd be okay. It's all you. I mean, look at what you were like with your last relationship. You know, I've had it all before myself, so I know. And all of a sudden, you're the bad one. Number three, reactive abuse. Now, this is something that basically is one of the traits of narcissism. Is what they do is they bait you to react. They make you a certain way so you'll react. And your reaction is then pointed at. Now, they may not call you a narcissist straight away in the relationship, because this happened to me. What they'll tend to do is do certain things that will make you feel like the narcissist. They'll make you abusive. They'll make you toxic. Now, I can agree that I was slightly toxic. Well, I was pretty toxic in my relationship with my ex, because he made me that way. He drove me absolutely insane to the point where I turned into the person that I've never been. And again, if I've never been that person, I'm not a narcissist. They'll make you feel self-worthless. They'll make you devalued. They'll make you all sorts of things, which makes you react. And it's all these traits that they put onto you that make you acting a certain way. Now, I remember my ex saying to me once, well, he called me toxic, obviously. He called me a sociopath, obviously. And other the big things that kind of tell you that, you know, what they think that you are. But they'll say subtle things like, they'll build you up towards being a narcissist. You've got an ego, you have. I remember him saying to me once, and I'm like, why have I got an ego? And at the time, I really didn't know much about narcissism, because you like to dress nice and you work really hard. I said, what has that got to do with having an ego? I think what he was trying to do is make everything good in my life negative. So, you know, and then he'd say things, you'd make a really good salesperson. Now, that's one of the traits. It's one of the things they say narcissistic people can make very good salespeople, because they can talk the hind leg of a donkey, as the saying goes. And he would say these things to me. So he was leading me up the ladder towards the word narcissism by saying these things. Come the future, down the road, he could then, he's already said them to me. They're already in here. Subliminal, drip, drip, drip. Takes a long time for you to get from one place to another. It's such a slow process. And I've said this before, narcissism is a slow process. Everything about narcissism is not fast. And that's how it gets you. 4, narcissist profiling. Again, a bit like what I've just talked about then. They'll profile you. Everything that you do or you'll say, they'll profile you into one of a narcissist. They'll start making you react. And we know they script things. We know that they fake reality. So they'll start faking reality to push you into the profile of a narcissist. And I've had this done to me before as well, is where they'll say things to you. Oh, look at you, you know, like you say, you've got an ego, and oh, look at you, you know, you're acting a bit, why are you always so defensive, and why are you so abusive? Why are you this and why are you that? Now, you aren't those things, but because the more person someone says to you, if somebody keeps saying, you know, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, it doesn't mean that you're stupid because they tell you it, but you will start feeling stupid. And that's what a narcissist will do. They will keep telling you something, brainwashing you, training you to feel a certain way about yourself. They'll profile you into one of a narcissist. They'll tell you that your actions are one of a narcissist. They'll probably tell you, they might not do it directly, but a roundabout way, they will push you into a narcissist role by saying and making you act and making you do the characteristics of a narcissist so they can throw it back at you later on when they want. Oh yeah, remember that time you did that? Yeah, you're a narcissist because you did that. Remember the time you did that? So they'll profile you. They'll make you feel you're a narcissist because they'll make you do things that are narcissistic. They'll play a victim of you. Now again, they'll play a victim of a narcissist. That's right. Now, I was looking through a support group and I saw someone put some screenshots up. Now, I'm going to put a screenshot up here. It's very similar. What I've done is I've re-put it together. I've just made it up myself just to show you the kind of things they will say. So towards the end of the relationship or at the end, after it's all over, they'll send you this. Now, if you want to feel that you're a narcissist, this is the kind of text that they will send you, and it solidifies that you feel this way, and they're solidifying it. So I'm going to put this up now and explain to you. And for instance, he'll text you, I have done so much for you, and you've thrown it back in my face. You've made me traumatized. You've hurt me. I'm human, and you treat me like nothing. I tried so much to love you, but you threw it back. And obviously you go, oh my God, what the hell? You blame me for everything. You project your crap onto me. I've been so patient with you. You make it so hard to love you. Maybe one day you will change. I love you, but I can't do this to me. You can't do this to me anymore. So if you look at that's why we leave relationships feeling like we're the narcissist, because they write crap like that to us. And if you look at it, you know, it is basically, you would feel like you could be writing that to them. And that's what they do. They change the roles. That could be one of the texts that you actually want to send to them. But they will make themselves such a victim of you, and it's all lies. It's all lies. So please, guys, if you get texts like that, please read between the lines. It's not real. They've done this a long time. Remember, we aren't the first victims to be had by this person, and we won't be the last. So we've got to know that these are tricks that they do. These are things that they do, and they've done for a long time. They did with their last crazy girl, and the crazy girl before that, or boy, depending on what gender we're talking about here. Remember, I know I talk about men a lot because I've had my experience with men, but it does work both ways. They have practiced. They probably have this on copy and paste. They probably have this in a file. And they have lots of copy and paste. Every text they've sent to somebody in the past, they've probably saved it, and they probably just send it out to the next person. So please, please don't be taken in by this crap. It's to make you feel like the narcissist. Number 5 is, once they've removed your identity, they can start to add their identity onto you. Once they've taken away all your trust in yourself, all your self-awareness, all your worth, all your value, all your confidence, everything. And once they've made you that person that can't answer questions because you're scared to be shouted at, you sit there quietly in the corner of the room whilst they're having their dinner because you're scared to speak up because you might get the pepper pot thrown in your direction. They've made us so scared and so quiet, they can then start building us up into the person that they want us to be. They can start treating us like we're the narcissist. They can start saying, well, no wonder I'm the way I am because look at the way you are. Once they've removed the self-aware, happy, funny, unique, beautiful person that you once were, they can then create the person that they want you to be so that you will do what they want, and you can give them the ego boost because you feel so down and you feel so trodden on and you're walking on eggshells. They get power over this. See, when you've actually been in a relationship with a narcissist, it's best just to stay quiet. It's just easier that way. You best just let them get on with things and just don't challenge them anymore. It's just easier that way. If they want sex with you and snap their fingers, you know, you just close your eyes and go with it because it's easier that way. But when we're out of it, we're so confused. We don't know what the hell's happened to us. And the last thing is they call you the narcissist. So once they've destroyed yourself, your worth, your whole personality, you don't know who you are anymore, they'll then call you the narcissist. And at that point, you'll believe them. Because you don't know who you are anymore. You've lost everything that you were. So you don't fight back because it's just easier that way. So let's look into why you're not the narcissist. Firstly, you're not the narcissist because you're watching this video now and you want to educate yourself. If you want to educate yourself and you want to learn about narcissism and you want to improve yourself and make yourself better, you're not the narcissist. Number 2, you're not a narcissist if you're suffering from anxiety, from PTSD. If you're suffering from self-doubt, you feel terrible, you're walking on eggshells. If you can't sleep, if you're depressed. If you're these things, you're not the narcissist because the narcissist does not suffer from those things. You know, you're suffering from anxiety and self-doubt. You're not the narcissist. That's the result of being a narcissist. The symptoms, the traits, the characteristics, the elements, they're the result of being with a narcissist. They are not narcissist traits. So if you're anxious, if you've got PTSD, you can't sleep, you're depressed, you feel self-worth has gone, you've got no confidence, and you don't know who you are, you're not a narcissist, because they know who they are. 4, you're seeing a therapist. Narcissists don't see therapists. So if you're searching for a therapist, if you're looking for a decent life coach, if you're looking for help, if you're joining communities, if you're looking for support groups on Facebook and you generally really want some help, then you're not a narcissist, because narcissists don't need help. Narcissists are perfect. They don't need to do anything. They would never look at themselves if they've done something wrong, because that just means they're not a narcissist. They would never, ever seek help and support unless they were doing it with their partner to try and prove they weren't the narcissist, to try and con the therapist. Won't last long. It'll come through. So if you're seeking help from a therapist and you're asking the therapist, am I a narcissist? And you're concerned because you don't want to hurt people. And we know narcissists hurt people. The last thing that you want to do is hurt anybody. So you're so concerned. I don't want to be a narcissist because that means I hurt people. You're not a narcissist. Again, if you're watching this video, you're looking for support. And last thing that I want to talk about, I want you to ask yourself some questions, and I want you to think deeply about the answers. I want you to really be self-aware, really think about what first comes into your head, and think about the answer that first comes into your head. Do you feel others' pain? Do you feel an urge to help others? Think about that. If you're a narcissist, your answer would be no. Do you feel you want to help them, not for your own gain or to feed your ego? If you want to help people just to feed your gain, that's a narcissist. If that's not what you do, please, you're not a narcissist. Do you feel concerned for others and put yourself second? Are you really willing to improve yourself? Think really hard at these answers. Don't lie to yourself. See, remember, narcissists do things for selfish reasons, and we do things for selfless. Now, really look at yourself. Do you want to help people? Do you don't want to hurt people? Start thinking of these things. Start looking at yourself. Because if you really, really want to help people without gaining, you're not a narcissist. I hope this video has helped. Because I do know that, it's a horrible thing to feel that you're being pointed at. It's you. It's not me. And you don't know damn well it's them. So as soon as you start to heal and you start to realise it's not you, you're on the way to getting better. So guys, please stay safe, stay strong and stay toxic free.